name is Tippy, and I'd like to tell you about a friend of ours. His name is Alan Morrow, and he needs our help.
For a real long time, we weren't sure what was wrong with Alan. It was about 6 months process before we got him to go to the emergency room. And in that 6 months, we tried to get him to go to emergency rooms to find out what the problems were. First it was strep throat, then it was pains in his bladder, and then it was headaches for about 6 months. And it was headaches for about 4 weeks. And then it was like, Alan, it's more than a headache. You gotta explain yourself. Like from the beginning, it was like. So eventually he got sat down, took the blood pressure, thermometer, weight, and the nurse was like, you had this headache for 4 weeks. You had these bladder problems for this long. Like you could see it in her eyes. She started getting like, okay, there might be something more going on here than just a migraine and Tylenol that you need. So they took blood tests, they did a heart test, and they put him under a CAT scan. And as soon as those CAT scans came back, he was rushed to a room where 10 doctors came in, poked and prodded, and filled him up with steroids, and we're like, what's going on? What was happening? And at that time, they were taking his clothes off, and every muscle in his body was shaking. After they stabilized him, we're like, what happened? They said they found that there was a lot of pressure in his brain, and we had to give him steroids to relieve that pressure. We don't know what's the pressure from, but we have to do an MRI. So that night, on the 9th, they did an MRI at 12 o'clock and said the doctors are going to look at it the next day and evaluate what was going on. And then it was about 2 days after the doctors came to us and gave us the information. And it was kind of the big picture at that point of what are we going to do for the next 6 months. And as she told us what he was diagnosed with.
I remember days when we were younger. We used to catch opu in the mountain street. Round the Morrow hills we'd ride on horseback. So long ago it seems it was a dream. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear you won't be like I left you. Meke aloha kuhome o kahalu. I remember days when we were wiser.
If I were to describe Alan in one word, it would be persevering.
Honest.
Deep.
Best friend.
Wanderlust.
3 words. Best cousin ever. I can't do one word. I definitely say best cousin ever. I have like 4 or 5 cousins that I know, and I get along with Alan better than anybody. He's more of like a best friend and a brother to me. So yeah, I'm really glad I could be here and support him and just hang out. Can't wait to come back.
I had time to think about this word, and I think the correct one would be Wanderlust, a German word meaning a desire to explore, to be adventuresome, to find out things, to make the most out of your life, to, you know, keep on going no matter what. Alan was always learning something new, honing a new skill, wanting to do something different, and just make the most out of it. And so, yeah.
I remember we were hiking on the Poly, and I think I wanted to like gossip about people in our class in high school, and I was like, oh yeah, I said something, and he's like, man, don't you remember what Eleanor Roosevelt said? And he's like, I had to take him home and be like, who? And he's like, yeah, you know, she said, great minds discuss ideas, medium minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. And he just kind of left it at that. And I'm like, you know, this little 10th grader, like, oh, wow. You know, it's kind of humbling in a sense. But that's how Alan was. He's deep, man. Like, he doesn't just walk around, and he's not one of those superficial people. When he talks to you, he's real, you know? And that's always been inspiring, you know, and it still is, too.
To be quite honest, initially it was more shocking than anything, and it took, definitely took a few days to process that it was a reality, you know, what was going on with him. And although that was devastating, you know, in the beginning, I am extremely hopeful now. I see the changes in him, and I see the optimism of the oncologist and his nurses and himself and all of us, and that just gives me so much faith that he'll pull through this, you know. And I think just like everybody else, we have this energy behind us, like we just want to understand what we can do, and that's kind of our mentality and our focus. And every once in a while we take a step back and we have, you know, at least for me, every once in a while I have like a 5-minute period where I realize Alan has cancer, and it really, really hits me, and then it passes, and I think, okay, so now what? You know, now what are we gonna do? So yeah, I'm very hopeful. And he's in God's hands, and that's a good place to be.
Well, the first thing that came to mind was keep paddling. Heard that a while ago from another surfer. It was like, gotta just keep on paddling, no matter what. And then another word would be keep it real, man. You never know what's gonna happen, but you know, you're still the man. And this is just another challenge on the road, and another story in the book, and there'll be many more to come.
Alan, you know, we can do this. We can all do this, you know. You are such a strong person, and you've got it in you. I know you have it in you. I think you know that too.
We started the Tomorrow Foundation, which is pretty much the group of people that are taking care of them. But we definitely need help financially, because we can't take it on with all the bills that are piling up. So we're asking help from everyone, friends, family, and anyone that knows Alan, and to spread the word about, just ask family. I need help helping a friend. We are all coming together, and all of us are the Tomorrow Foundation. So far, it's been feeling really good to be able to be there and utilize and get all our connections together. Like in Hawaii, it's all about connections and the people you know. And we're all coming together under this cause to help a friend through a very rough time. And it's feeling so good to see so many people come together. Friends of friends, family, and old friends we haven't seen in a long time. Like, everyone wants to pitch in. And for me personally, it just feels so good to see everyone do this. And for me personally, it feels so good to help organize this and to get Alan in a good place. Like, me and him have a lot of conversations, and we've talked about, like, this is really going to change him. He's going to be an optimistic guy. He's got a lot ahead of him, and he feels like this is a changing point of his life. And we've had a lot of conversations about that, and it's really nice to see that. And yeah, it's just been, it's my pleasure to help.
Change is a strange thing, it cannot be denied. It can help you find yourself or make you lose your pride. Move with it slow. I remember days when we were smiling, when we laughed and sang the whole night long.
Right now, as his friends, one of the things we want to make sure to do is help him out financially in regards to making sure he has food that he needs, the co-pays for his prescriptions, getting him to the hospital and back to his doctor's appointments, getting him healthy food, and also getting him the treatment that he wants also on the homeopathic side, which he's expressed he wants to pursue. You can support Alan Morrow by going to facebook.com/the Foundation. Or you can go to the website where we're raising money for donations, and the link is on the Facebook page at the bottom. Or put money in a brown paper bag and leave it in the mailbox at 1347A 13th Avenue. Please mark it for Alan Morrow and nobody else. Thank you.
Ke aloha ku home o ka halu. Me ke aloha ku home o ka halu.